Hey neighbors, Tom Zapolsky here, your board president at Venture Out. Listen, we're going to hold a town hall Zoom meeting on Wednesday evening. The link is provided as part of this video. And we'd love for you to join. What we're going to be talking about is the beach. If you pay attention to Facebook at all, then you've noticed there's been quite a bit of conversation about lots of things going on at the beach, from the game day style tents to the more modern kind of stretchy tents to umbrellas and rental chairs that are made of wood, rental chairs that are not made of wood, that are made of wood and orange fabric that are placed out before people arrived. The music, how close you can get to the water, all sorts of things seems to have people fired up. And before I go on, I want you to say, I hear you. I'm not making light of that. However, I can tell you as the president over the past 2 weeks, I've gotten scores of emails that say we must ban tents, scores of emails that say tents are really convenient, we absolutely must not ban them. From owners, from you, the owners. Not renters, not rental agents, but owners. So nothing in Venture Out when it comes to enacting a policy or a change like this is super easy. But I always believe that we have the opportunity to come together as a community and find common ground. And so we're going to have an initial conversation by way of Zoom on Wednesday evening. I'll moderate that and we'll cover a few distinct areas. And then that'll enable us to appreciate the feedback that you've provided as an owner outside of a board meeting. And then take the survey that I'm also going to provide that kind of gauges feelings on these issues. And couple that with our governing documents, what we're allowed to do by state statute, Florida Statute 718, and also Bay County. Where do our property lines extend to? Where can we enforce rules? Where can we not enforce rules? All those things have to be taken into consideration. So if you want to share your thoughts or perhaps ideas or concerns, a town hall setting is less formal. We don't start the meeting with a gavelin. There's no, necessarily minutes that we're taking. We're not a committee. It's a conversation. And I think we need to have that conversation people to people and share ideas that can make our community better. It's easy to get on that keyboard and blast people. They're selfish. They're rude. You may believe they're selfish and rude. But what if you talk to your neighbor and they just found out that taking your chairs down early in the morning and setting up on the beach was just kind of a long tradition in Venture Out, and that they didn't consider that rude to others, but just kind of part of what you do. I know people, as an example, who park in overflow parking, and they do not move their car on the 4th of July. Why? Because they don't want to lose that spot. Was that rude? Or is that just, the way you handle it during busy weekends? So I'm suggesting to you that we can develop a policy and a process and Venture Out that is doable, that is enforceable. A lot of the ideas I've heard, we should find, if you have a tent, you get a ticket. Who's going to give that ticket? We're going to send security down on the beach, up and down the beach all the time? Do we need extra security for that? To that extent, is this meaningful enough that we would spend a significant amount of money to staff more security to go enforce that? I don't know. These are things we have to discuss together. So we're going to have that initial conversation, not in Facebook world. It's not a real productive environment. Helps things percolate to the surface, but not a lot of good dialogue happens there. So let's have a conversation. This will be on the agenda for the board meeting that'll be held Saturday. You'll see that agenda soon. And then even after that board meeting, it's important for you to recognize the board can examine a policy. But if we're going to change the rules, we've got to give proper notice. I believe it's 14 days with the language that we're going to change to the owners. We're not asking you to vote on that. But we have to notice that we're going to call a board meeting in order to enact that rule change. So we do things the way they should be done. And so that is what the process will be. So if you're interested in this at all, please join us on Wednesday evening. I will record that meeting and try to make it available on YouTube or on Facebook so that you can watch it later and see kind of what was discussed if you're unable to turn. But please have your voice be heard. I don't really want to do it this way, but a few of you had said, I'm afraid I'm going to miss the meeting, but here's my thoughts. Can you share them? I can. But the purpose of a town hall is for people to come out as owner and say, "Hi, I'm your neighbor. Here's my thought. I don't mind being a spokesperson for scores of people, but I also don't want to read email after email after email of people who aren't there to defend their own idea." So if you can join, fine. If you cannot absolutely join us, then surely shoot me your thoughts, and I'll try and work those into the discussion. We will keep it to an hour and a half. I was going to keep it to an hour. I got a feeling this is going to take a little bit longer, but we will start on time and we will end that meeting on time, because we could probably talk about this till the cows come home. But there is what we call a point of diminishing return, and we'll likely reach that around the hour and a half mark. Thank you for watching this. Thank you for caring about Venture Out, and thank you for doing a much better job in so many areas when it comes to pre-registering your guests, how we're treating our security guards and our staff in the front office. It's like we've turned the ship, and it's a new day, and it's because of you, because you're the one that is helping us do that. So thanks a lot.